May this holy moment lift your spirit and draw you closer to eternal peace. The moment you appeared, whispers of dread swept through the crowd. After all, you arrived as their beacon of reckoning in a realm steeped in deception. Every deceiver, schemer, and charlatan in your vicinity now writhes like shadows retreating at dawn, exposed by the pure resonance you emit. You were dispatched to tiptoe around or tuck everyone in with comforting cosmic vibes. Your purpose is to dismantle every illusion constructed on lies. Those unworthy souls slink away from your aura, intimidated by the formidable energy you radiate. Before your thunderous revelation shatters the brittle masks they've so carefully sculpted. This is only one chapter of your journey. As we lift the veil, you'll discover why every twist and turn has felt like a gauntlet designed to test your limits. Those mired in deception now gasp beneath the radiant aura you effortlessly cast. And simply by being here, you've become a living barometer of truth. However, this is just the start of what has been happening all around you. What you're about to learn will clarify why you've always felt different, why you've never been fully content with everyday pleasures, and why you've always been motivated to pursue justice even at personal expense. You see, Chosen One, what you're going through is actually divine protection in action rather than rejection. Every ounce of strength you've been accumulating through your hardships will be needed for something that the powers coordinating this protection have been preparing you for. Everyone who would deplete your energy during the task you're about to embark on has been methodically eliminated by the cosmos. Everybody who started acting strangely, every romantic interest who abruptly stopped talking to you, and every individual who abruptly turned distant. All of these things were being removed from your life by forces you couldn't even comprehend. However, why? What purpose might be so crucial that reality itself would rearrange itself to accommodate your preparation? The solution is in knowing who you really are. There's a solid reason why people are terrified of you at the moment. Not because you've turned into someone to be feared, but rather because they understand, deep down, that you have the ability to reveal the truth in a society where cozy lies rule. They feel that being around you could cause their carefully crafted facades to fall apart, their covert plans to be exposed, and their deceptive strategies to abruptly stop working. They don't consciously comprehend this recognition. It's a natural reaction to your energy signature, which has been changing over the course of your life and has lately increased to a level that makes other people feel almost supernaturally aware. They are able to sense the karma that accompanies you like a shield, and they are naturally aware that hurting someone who is protected by God will have unanticipated repercussions. The first significant realization is that none of the challenging individuals you have met, including the narcissists who have attempted to crush your soul and the manipulators who have tried to deceive you into doubting your own reality, were chance encounters. They were cosmic assignments, meticulously planned events intended to awaken certain capacities in you that could only be evoked by specific trials. Beloved, when you click the Super Thanks button and sow a seed of $20, $50, or more, you are partnering in faith to release a harvest of blessing in your life. For with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. Luke 6 verse 38, NIV. As you give cheerfully, you unlock heaven's storehouse, knowing our generous God delights in pouring out favor beyond what you can ask or imagine. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This promise stands firm for every gift you offer today. Click Super Thanks now, sow your gift, and watch the windows of heaven open wide. Consider this. You learn to trust your intuition above all else from the narcissist who attempted to persuade you that your impressions were incorrect. You learn the difference between superficial relationships and soul-level loyalty from the friend who exposed your deepest secrets. The person who left you when you needed them the most made room for someone who could resonate with your higher vibration. Every manipulation was a sophisticated lesson in seeing through deceit, and every betrayal was a masterclass in discernment. You were being molded in fires that would have consumed lesser spirits, but you were unaware of this during these agonizing experiences. You were being prepared to become someone this planet sorely needs, a force of divine justice in human form, while you believed you were merely surviving. Each scar you have bears witness to the struggles you have waged against those who would want to stifle your light, and each triumph has strengthened your spiritual armor. However, the planning has gone beyond outside obstacles. Something exceptional was going on at those times when you wanted to isolate yourself from the outside world, when interacting with others was draining, when you preferred solitude to the tumult of human drama. Your awareness was being updated to perceive dimensions of reality that most people never experience, a process I refer to as the hermit's resurrection. Your intuition has been becoming razor-sharp. You've begun to notice details that others overlook, such as spotting lies before they're completely expressed, or spotting hidden agendas from across the room. This isn't chosen paranoia. Your contribution is on its way to you electronically. You've always had this talent, but it's being used now because you'll need it in the future. In a world that sorely needs people who are prepared to confront bullies, expose corruption, and defend the weak, the universe has been preparing you to become a force for justice. However, there is a cost to this mission. You will encounter more opposition from those who stand to gain from keeping people tiny and perplexed the closer you get to your own power. The attacks on your self-esteem, the attempts to stifle your voice, and the attempts to cause you to question your own observations have all been desperate attempts to prevent you from realizing your full potential. The dark powers of this planet are aware that their capacity to function in the shadows will be seriously weakened once you completely commit to your goal. Every time you experienced a mental attack, an insomniac night of unfathomable dread, or an unexpected moment of unpleasant thoughts, these were all attempts to divert your attention. However, your assailants were unaware that each attack they made on you just made you more resilient. You found new levels of fortitude each time they tried to shatter your spirit, and you learned to find strength in solitude each time they tried to isolate you. Yellow heart if you're moved by divine love. Now is the moment to share it. Click the Super Thanks button on YouTube and contribute $50 or more to help us broadcast God's blessings far and wide. Every act of generosity you make is being watched in heaven and will return to you 100-fold. You are beginning to be preceded by the reputation you have been cultivating, frequently, without being aware of it. People comment about how they feel differently around you, how issues appear to work themselves out when you're present, and how synchronicity increases when you're involved. Some people refer to it as magic, while others term it luck. However, you and I are both aware that it's something far deeper than those two explanations. You're developing into what I refer to as a frequency anchor, a person whose sheer being elevates the vibration of everyone and everything in your immediate vicinity, while individuals who are unable to match this frequency are inherently repulsed. Those who can are being pulled closer. It's physics, not a choice or a personal one. Truth and justice have grown so ingrained in your energy field that anything that goes against them just cannot keep things stable around you. But you're only starting to realize that this change has another dimension. There have been repercussions from your personal healing path that go much beyond your own life. People in your family are going through abrupt changes in their situation. Your former friends are contacting you with tales of good transformations that they find difficult to articulate. You're getting approached by strangers who want advice or assistance. This is occurring as a result of your personal release from centuries-old practices of deceit and manipulation that have bound your family together. You weren't just mending yourself. You were healing your entire lineage, past and present. Every time you put truth before comfort, every time you stood by your principles in the face of opposition, and every time you honored your inner wisdom over outside pressure. The individuals that dispersed when your power started to manifest are now observing from afar as your life changes in ways they never imagined. Others are starting to feel the effects of their decisions as the forgiveness and grace you once offered them no longer protects them from their own karma, while others are beginning to realize what they lost when they decided to cut themselves off from your circle. You're now realizing that your purpose goes much beyond interpersonal connections and personal recovery. You came here to question authority that has forgotten its duty, to upend outdated systems, and to serve as a beacon of hope for those still lost in the storm. You didn't come here to enjoy a little, comfortable existence. Your confidence in cosmic order will be restored when the justice you've been seeking for the wrongs done to you begins to materialize. More than that, though, you are going to be a tool of justice for the many people who are still burdened by injustice and deceit. This broader purpose of collective emancipation has been prepared for by your own healing path. The frequency you currently possess, the energy that makes the dishonest feel so uneasy, will keep growing until it becomes impossible for anyone around you to uphold phony identities or covert intentions. You're becoming into a human catalyst for genuine change, a walking lie detector, and a living truth serum. This explains why you have had such powerful experiences, why your life has felt so intense, and why you have never been fully pleased by everyday pleasures. Now, the universe is putting everything in place for your next stage. People with complementing gifts are being brought into your orbit. Connections are being formed, opportunities are being produced, and resources are being aligned. Events that will give you the chance to show off your special skills are coming into your life. Most significantly, you're starting to notice changes in your personal life, including your romantic life, professional life, financial status, and living circumstances. After all these tries, everything is about to line up with the frequency you've been developing. The people you need to help your objective will show up out of nowhere. Opportunities that appeared unattainable will materialize as logical progressions. You will find the resources you require in unexpected ways. Those with good intentions are finding a haven in you, a safe haven where they can finally let down their guard and be accepted for who they really are, while those with bad motives are still running away from you. Because like attracts like and truth recognizes truth, you're drawing in the most incredible spirits, the most talented individuals, and the most aligned possibilities. The discussions that are currently taking place about you, the rumors of your expanding impact, and the accounts of the transformations you have sparked are only the beginning. You will become more well-known than you can now imagine for your ability to bring about both justice and healing, to defend the defenseless while exposing the corrupt, and to stand up for the truth at all costs. However, this expanding power also carries a responsibility that you're just now starting to understand. Most people cannot see the crown you wear, but the kingdom you are creating will be indisputable. Every individual you encourage to embrace their true self, every system you assist in repairing, every deception you help uncover, and every truth you help bring into the world all become a part of your enduring legacy. You've spent years feeling like an outsider and not quite fitting into the world as it is. But the wonderful irony of your journey is that you're here to show others what the world may become. You are a live example of what may happen when someone decides to fully connect with their highest truth, and you are a prototype of humanity's next evolutionary stage. The future you embody, one in which sincerity is paramount and deceit is impossible, is what others who are frightened by your energy are truly reacting to. They feel as though the days of hiding behind masks and controlling from the shadows are fading. You are one of the main builders of this change, not just a witness to it. Their anxiety isn't actually about you. Rather, it's about the aspects of themselves they've been keeping hidden, the realities they've been avoiding, and the personal development they've been stifling. Your simple presence forces people to change, which is a vital and lovely gift that you provide the world. Others will continue to withdraw, preferring comfort over development, while others will rise to the occasion and find new facets of themselves. This is proof of your strength, not of your weakness. Only those who truly threaten the darker forces of this reality's goal of maintaining humanity's smallness, confusion, and division are targeted. You have the capacity to bring about major beneficial change, as evidenced by the fact that you have been under such extreme pressure. You'll discover that the universe starts to do miracles for you as your purpose and strength become more obvious. When you get close, Doors that were previously locked will swing open. Individuals who appeared inaccessible will suddenly open themselves to communication. Resources that seemed limited will come to you in greater and greater quantities. This is the natural outcome of fully aligning with your purpose and being a clear conduit for divine desire to manifest in the material world. It is not favoritism from the cosmos. Everything changes when you embrace what you are here to do and stop fighting against who you are. Previously impenetrable barrier becomes support from invisible forces. Chosen one, welcome to your real power. Greetings from the assignment for which you have spent your entire life preparing. Dove brothers and sisters, everything done in faith multiplies in God's abundance. Use the Super Thanks feature to donate $100 today and join this sacred mission. When your roots are grounded in Him, your fruit will flourish, and your offering becomes a seed that bears blessed harvests. The entire world has been waiting for you to regain your identity. Everything is going to change for everyone whose life you touch, not just for you, now that you're starting to move into that recognition. In reality, those who express fear of you are proclaiming the entrance of the positive force that the world sorely needs. You came into the world to establish justice, bring about equilibrium, and be the light that reveals the darkness so that healing can start. Every obstacle you've surmounted has prepared you for this. You've learned discernment from every betrayal. Every setback has taught you what's really important. The fact that you are only beginning your adventure is its most lovely aspect. You will have far more power as you continue to develop in your profession than you currently do. The impact you're starting to have is just the beginning of the changes you'll bring about. The repair you will contribute to is just beginning with the justice you are beginning to witness. Now the circle is finished. Your life's disorganized fragments, which never appeared to fit together, are coming to light as a flawless pattern. Those who removed themselves from your path made room for those who were destined to walk with you. You become an unbreakable force for good as a result of the challenges that seem to be meant to break you. By just being who you really are, without apology or compromise, you are changing a world that appears to be hostile to truth and genuine power, rather than only surviving it. The dread that others experience when they see you is actually an acknowledgement of the divine justice that permeates you. As your mission progresses, that fear will develop into adoration. The process of elimination you've been going through isn't just about getting rid of bad people from your life. It's also about making room for a certain kind of energy to enter your reality. Energy that will greatly enhance your innate talents. Recall the times when you felt most alone, when it seemed like everyone had left you, and you questioned whether there was something underneath your character that caused people to turn away. You were surrounded by unseen allies, protectors, and guides who were working in the background to keep your spiritual development on course throughout those times of seeming seclusion. But you were unable to recognize it at the time. Your feelings of loneliness were a form of preparation rather than punishment. You had unbroken communication with your higher self every hour you were alone. Divine wisdom has the chance to enter your consciousness during every silent moment. You were creating a direct path to universal wisdom, while others were preoccupied with upholding superficial ties and participating in pointless social rituals. This explains your sharpened insights, your almost prophetic intuition, and your startlingly clear ability to see past people's masks. While others are preoccupied with the illusions of everyday life, you have been undergoing advanced instruction in spiritual insight. The universe has been educating you to hear the unsaid truths that lie behind well-crafted phrases, and to see with eyes that see beyond the material world. Now, as you incorporate these new skills into your everyday life, something amazing is taking place. Others who previously rejected your perceptions as being too sensitive or paranoid are beginning to consult you. They understand that your observations go right to the core of issues they have been dealing with for years. It's getting harder to ignore or justify your gift for perceiving the truth. However, there are difficulties associated with this realization. As people become aware of your special talents, you'll encounter those who wish to take use of them for their own ends. Some will come to you in a false sense of humility, claiming to be seeking advice, but really trying to get information that they can use to control others. In an attempt to capitalize on your increasing influence, some will try to present themselves as your colleagues or partners. Additionally, the universe is getting ready to put your dedication to your purpose to the test in ways you have never encountered before. Failure and rejection may be just as difficult as success and recognition, and sometimes even more so. There will be temptations to settle into comfort rather than keep pushing the envelope of what is possible as resources start to come your way. Opportunities increase, and people start treating you with the respect you've always earned. However, you are here to serve a purpose far greater than your own personal fulfillment, not to create a comfortable existence for yourself. Your gifts, the influence you're starting to have, and the power you've been gaining are instruments designed to be used for the betterment of society as a whole. You lose them the instant you begin to use them primarily for your own benefit. The universe has been extremely cautious about when you will appear because of this. You had to be totally dismantled, devoid of delusion and ego. Every loss you've suffered, every humiliation you've survived, every moment when you felt completely helpless, all of these experiences prepared you against the corrupting influence of worldly success before you could be trusted with the amount of power you're stepping into. You've discovered your purpose in giving rather than receiving, your power in surrendering rather than controlling, and your value in serving others rather than being acknowledged. These teachings equipped you to manage the duties that accompany your new career without being lost in the tangle of self-gratification that ensnares so many people who rise to influential positions. People's fear of you is starting to change into something else completely. People who are spiritually developed enough to understand what you stand for are beginning to be drawn to your vibe instead of being turned off by it. They feel that being around you gives them the potential to grow more quickly, to overcome their own limitations and become better versions of themselves. This transition from fear to attraction is a pivotal moment in your path. You will be at the heart of an expanding network of conscious people working towards similar aims as more people start to seek you out instead of avoiding you. These relationships will provide you the collective ability to bring about change on a scale that would be impossible to do on your own, as well as the support you need to continue your mission. What's occurring to your relationship with yourself is the biggest change. You've been your own worst critic for years, questioning your own views, doubting your value, and wondering if you were flawed or broken in some way. Something completely else is taking the place of that inner voice of self-deprecation, a profound, unwavering understanding of your own worth and significance. You discovered the terrible truth when you emerged from the Salvia Divinum gateway. Our world is just one harvested pod out of innumerable matrices. You saw the cosmic parasites, the archons, consuming our energy while giggling and saying, "You'll never awaken a single soul." However, you already know this, don't you? Persistent feeling that you've been selected and that you're meant for greater. Glowing star yearning to witness God's miracles firsthand. Plant your spiritual seed now by contributing $100 or more through the YouTube Super Thanks button. Your offering lights the path for others and echoes through His divine plan, bringing His light into every step you take. A significant change is about to occur in your financial circumstances, which may have been a source of stress and limitation. This is not because you are pursuing wealth, but rather because prosperity naturally flows toward people who are living out their greatest potential. The universe will do whatever it takes to make sure you have everything you need to complete the task for which you came here, because it has a stake in your success. In a similar vein, your living arrangements will change to best serve your objective. Your surroundings will change to reflect and support your heightened frequency, whether that means moving to a new house that is in harmony with your energy or uncovering untapped potential in your existing area. Your areas will turn into havens of strength and tranquility, where people may shed their masks and be true to themselves. Your close relationships, however, will undergo the most transformation. The trend of drawing in people who deplete your vitality or don't value your depth is coming to an end. Either you will find that you are drawn to someone who shares your frequency, or you will find that your connection to your purpose and to yourself is so satisfying that a romantic relationship becomes a desire rather than a need. If a romantic partner does come your way during this stage, they will be completely different from anyone you have ever met. They will complement your gifts rather than take advantage of them, support your objective rather than oppose it, and acknowledge your strength rather than feel threatened by it. In every way, this individual will be an equal partner, contributing their own special talents and viewpoints to produce something that neither could accomplish on their own. As your influence increases, you'll see trends in the kinds of people who are drawn to you, those who are at pivotal points in their lives where they must make choices that will affect their futures. They will come to you in times of crisis, when they need help navigating unfamiliar ground and their old methods are no longer effective. In these interactions, you will almost never be the one giving them instructions. Rather, you will act as a mirror, reflecting their inner wisdom and encouraging them to believe in what they already know deep inside. Asking the correct questions, establishing safe spaces for the truth to surface, and remaining steadfast while others go through their own transformation processes are your gifts. Not having all the answers. Now is your moment, selected one. Now is your time for you to emerge as a force of divine justice. The universe has been setting up the scene, putting together the actors, and composing the script. Knowing that every experience has prepared you for this very moment, when your actual power becomes evident to both the world and yourself, is all that is left to do. Fully embrace the part you were born to play.